Investments.com. How are you doing today? Well, today's a little sunny, cloudy day here in the Northeast and Fairfield County. We're just happy that there's no snow. Today I want to talk about doing you. It surprises me sometimes when people compare themselves, or I hear them say they compare themselves to something, someone. And I feel like in our society, there's a lot of, like for instance, the movie stars. I'm surprised at how many people are so engrossed in them. Don't get me wrong, been there, done that. But then I realized, what are these people really adding to my life? I don't even know these people personally. Why am I so into their lives? So I think I didn't compare myself, but I kind of was interested in their lives. What that did for me is it kept me from growing my own life. Looking around, looking at people. Let me tell you, I only have a handful of heroes in my life. And like you all know, it's God, Jesus Christ, Martin Luther King Jr., my dad, my brother Rick. Happy birthday, Rick, in heaven. I love you. Rest in peace. But other than that, when I think about comparing myself, I've always compared myself to myself, honestly. I look at myself and I put measurements on myself about where I need to be. Now, of course, I read, I do a lot of research, and then at that point I put together a path for myself personally. Now, especially when I was in corporate America, that was the big thing. You had to have a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan. Honestly, I worked in the strategic planning department of a corporation, and that was huge. You always, come review time, you always had to have that in place. So at one point in my life, I was on a path just running as fast as I could. Now, I was doing everything. I was going to school. I had a job where I was traveling a lot. I had 2 sons who were young. I was a single mom at the time. So I was constantly, at their meetings. And then I remarried. We even, went to our son's football games. One was at Boston University, the other one University of New Haven. So different times we were all over the place. And then we had our little princess that came into our lives, and we would take her along with us. So mind you, there are times in my life where I was on a very fast pace. But I have to honestly tell you, I never thought about comparing myself to anybody else. Not that I thought I was so great. It's just that I felt like if I looked so much at somebody else, or even was jealous or envious of someone else's life, how can I take time to improve myself? Because it's just like anything, you stay focused. You have to stay focused. If I'm looking at someone else and comparing myself to them, I've lost sight of my own plan. I had to stay focused on what I wanted. Now, honestly, historically, that was a little narcissistic, because I would just run over you if you got in the way of my plan. Now, I have to say, honestly, I've never backstabbed anyone to get where I wanted to go. I did have regard and respect for people in that regard. But if I tried to control everything and make everything go the way I wanted to go. But again, I was so focused. So I wonder sometimes, when you're thinking about someone else's life, or you're looking at someone else's life, what's going on? Because I try to understand people who do that. I really do, especially at this point in my life. I'm not putting you down because you do it, but I would just like to know, what does that feel like? Because I don't understand it. I truly don't understand it, because I don't know the purpose of it. Comparing yourself to someone else, especially someone like a celebrity, if you're comparing yourself to that person, how do you really know who that person is? You're basing it on the gossip columns and what other people say, and unless you have a one-on-one relationship with someone, and even then, you can't really compare yourself to that individual, even if you're relating to them on a daily basis. So I just think that I have to do me. And does it matter to me that people appreciate or like me? I really can't worry about that. Only when I'm concerned with is my family, personally. And even then, I found out the best way for me to live my life is to let people do them. and not give them the reins or the response, or make them feel like because they're trying to do them that I'm disapproving. I mean, that was huge in my family, to like disapprove if we all didn't agree. But you don't have to all agree. We're individuals. We have a different DNA. We're related by blood, and in some instances, the blood doesn't even matter because we still don't get along. So the bottom line is, whether you've got to let people be who they are. And that's one thing that I have grown to do, is to allow people to do them while I continue to do me. I think that's so important. First of all, what I realized with not trying to make people come along with me and letting everybody know about my opinion, because let me be honest with you, when I was doing me 100% and didn't care if I ran over you, it did matter to me that you agreed with me, or I would force you. Now, I'm a very passionate person about something I believe in, or someone I believe in, or what I believe. So I can come off like, I guess people have told me, sounds like you're trying to change my opinion. I'm not God. I can't change you. And I don't want to. Because at the end of the day, I'm working on doing me. And I found out by doing that, that's helped me uncover different layers in my life that were holding me back, preventing my growth, stopping me from being authentic, stopping me from getting rid of the drudge and the pain and the anger. I didn't really have a lot of fear. Now, I'll be honest with you, I am afraid to be in my house by myself. And my husband will come into a room and I'll go, ah! So I guess that's my one fear, I keep my front door locked, my back door locked. I mean, it's just, if I had a fear, that's it, But other than that, I really can't think of something I'm really afraid to do, or, I'm not going to go skiing anytime soon. Tried that one time in my life. That was enough. I don't know if it's a fear. It's just I didn't appreciate being in all that cold and going down a hill real fast and not being able to stop myself. Maybe that's the reason I was too out of control. I don't know. But the bottom line is, I really found out by just focusing on doing me, okay, and letting other people do them, I felt a lot better about myself. And when I realized that there's a God in heaven, and if he's not telling people, punching them, dragging them. When I realized religion does that to people, it holds people in a box and you have to follow these rules. The only rules I follow are what's in the Bible. That's God's honest truth for me. Other than that, I focus on what I can do and what I can control. And when people tell me what they want, what they think their dream, what they tell me their dreams, I love to hear that. I love creativity. I've got a nephew who could write. When I saw Cameron write this piece he was a junior in high school. I still can remember reading that piece that Cameron wrote. And it made me feel like I was experiencing everything he was expressing. When I see things like that, and I see my niece Sierra, when she creates this art piece, it's just unbelievable to me. And my sister-in-law, Christine, when I see things like that, then I know I have to let people be who they want to be. And I'm fine with that. So guess what? You do you, and I'll do me. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. This is Diane Peters from jcharvestinvestments.com. God bless you.